Hello, everybody. Joining me now, Nick Sortor, independent journalist who is in Maui, specifically Lahaina. Lahaina. I'm sorry, mispronounced it. Lahaina. Are you? Is that where you're at right now?
Yep, I'm live from Lahaina.
Wow, it is an honor to talk to you. I've watched a lot of your reporting over the past year, and at some point in the future, I want to talk about your independent reporting. But I'm getting so many questions about what's going on where you are because it seems like the mainstream media, the networks, they've forgotten about it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We're talking even the local mainstream media outlets here are just hardly asking any questions at this point. They're handled directly by the government here. I heard somebody the other day that is a resident of Lahaina. Luckily, they didn't lose everything. But what did happen is that they referred to this place as the People's Republic of Hawaii. I
Oh
mean,
my
referring to it as North Korea almost, because the media almost seems to be state controlled, and without independent reporters like yourself and me, I mean, there's no way anybody wouldn't be getting any information out.
I want to put up on your Twitter account, and you put this up, was it yesterday? About maybe it was yesterday or today, about we're a month after the fires, and the federal presence seems to be expanding. And it looks like at the pictures you posted, it looks like a military base. What we're looking at. I haven't seen I've covered tornadoes where they do this for like maybe a day to keep people out, but I have not seen anything quite like this.
Right, and a lot of times we don't even know the full extent of the military presence there because a lot of them drive around in, regular SUVs like Tahoes and Suburbans and such. And I was actually able to. There was some of them that were blocking a road 2 nights ago, and so I went up and talked to them. They're dressed in fatigues, driving around, and they ended up being Homeland Security. So
Huh.
I didn't even know Homeland Security wore fatigues. Camo dudes from DHS walking around too. I mean, it's unsettling, is what it is. It feels like this is an occupied territory, to be honest.
Well, that's what it looks like. And are they able to talk to you even off the record? Is there anyone able to, can you walk up to any of them and say, hey, what's going on? Or are they all just mum, not saying a word?
Most of them are mum. There are very few that are willing to say much at all. Which, they're taking orders and whatever. And I mean, their careers would be on the line. But who will talk to me off record at times are people that are with the Red Cross and FEMA,
Oh,
because the lower level people are getting really ticked off because they feel like they have to deal with these victims every day and try to process their claims and whatnot, and they're watching people's hearts get broken because they get denied or the paperwork won't come back for another 5 weeks and they're running out of money. And so I had one guy that looked, he was like, okay, I'm taking my FEMA badge off for a second and we're gonna talk, and it, it's really it's infuriating to more and more people. I'm doing a full report on the FEMA catastrophe starting today, and it's going to be a series over the weekend here, running into early next week. Because honestly, FEMA is a disaster in and of itself.
what is the best way for people to view your content? Because I'm going to put this out on all my platforms. Are you on Twitter? What is the best way for people to view what you're doing?
Definitely X or
I'm
Twitter.
sorry.
Those are the two best ways to find me, to keep up with what I'm doing. I post pretty regular updates, and hopefully, there are some other people that I'm teaming up with that are coming in this weekend, so I'll be able to pump out some more content as well.
Okay, and I want to put this out there because you are, I know what you must are having to be going through. It's expensive what you're doing, and you are doing a service for a lot of people here. And let me put it up. If people want to donate to help you in your mission, they can do that on your find a link at your Twitter account I see right here.
Yep, it's that Linktree link right there in my bio section.
Okay, wanted to put it out
Anything
there.
really helps. It's truly appreciated.
Okay, will do, everyone. I'll put a link for that in the videos as well. I get the question every single day, where are the children? And I know there's lots of conspiracy theories out there, but Do we even know how many children have been confirmed deceased?
1.
So that's the official word.
That's the official word, 1 child. But I
Okay.
know because I've spoken with people that have lost grandchildren. They know the grandchildren were dead because they died along with the parents. And but the government is still not confirming any of those, and they won't report on that. If you go and look at the other confirmed dead, the other 114 confirmed dead, all of them are quite up there. I would say the average age is 60. You have several that are in their 90s, and the child was 7 years old. And I personally know of a 10-year-old that died right along with his parents in
My
the
God.
in a vehicle that got stranded on one of the block roads.
What is going on? Because any other natural disaster, fire, hurricane, whatever it is, it may be a couple days, but we get confirmed information. They'll have a news conference. The coroner will speak up. What's going on?
Oh well, they're just hoping that the story goes away because as soon as they come out and say that okay, yeah, there are all these children missing, all these children dead, they are. I mean, that's going to be if they're getting a lot of flack right now. Just imagine what happens when those deaths are or are confirmed or a lot of them they've actually technically searched 100% of the area so far. There is nowhere else for them to search. Yet that number has remained at 115. When I got here on August 18th, the number was 110. It's only gone up 5 since then.
So we don't know the real number.
We have no idea what the real number is. And I'll say one more thing: the number of missing on the official government list went from 385 down, and then they took 245 people off the list, and then an hour later added 242 people back to the list. That's a net change of 3. Nobody knows why. It makes no sense, and so people don't trust the numbers. They have no idea how many people are actually missing or dead.
And it makes
It's a
sense.
guess.
Yeah, and it makes sense people don't trust the numbers. And then that spurs conspiracy theories. And because
Yeah,
in the light of no information, people have nothing to go on.
right. Yeah, they
So,
just community guesses at this point.
and you're right, the mainstream media, they are not putting the pressure on. So it's people like yourself that are left to do it.
Yeah, they hate me, and I'm not even just saying that. I'm being serious. Like they yell at me constantly. Like if I go to especially after the press conference that I went up to with the mayor.
Yep.
Oh my gosh! Like ever since then, they're extremely rude to me. Um, they they kind of they box me out every time I try to go and meet with somebody. And I don't know. They did a hit piece on me on one of the local news stations here. I don't know.
What
It's different. It's a different thing than I've ever covered before. It's really weird.
and it has to be I'm an anchor. I worked in the mainstream media for 25 years and I'm kind of sickened by what I've been through. But when you're on camera, when you're reporting, you kind of put your emotions in check a little bit. But when you go to
Mm.
sleep at night or when you're off camera, does it kind of hit you the emotion of these people? Because I can't imagine these people must feel like the United States and they're being left behind.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even begin to imagine, especially somebody that's lost everything. They've lost, their family, like loved ones have died. They have no house, they have no car, they have nothing, and what they got was $700 from FEMA. Then what? Because they might be getting other aid, but the problem is it's too slow. It takes too long. You run out of money by the end of that, and it's heartbreaking, and I can't even imagine going through anything like that. The last thing they need right now is to be struggling and feel like they're going to be left hung out to dry.
And no matter how you feel about it, but almost every day it feels like another 600 million going to Ukraine. So no
Hmm.
matter how you feel about that, it's like, okay, the money can easily go there, but how about us who we have nothing now?
Right? Yeah.
Wow.
And the Ukraine thing comes up more and more. It comes up more often than you think that it does because we keep hearing about that on the news a lot more than we're hearing about this on the news. So,
Wow. What real quick before I let you go, are there literally people, their homes have been gone, the ones who survived, are they in shelters? Are they in tents? Are they in with family, or where are these people who survived?
yeah, so a lot of them are being actually shipped off the island, which is really bad. It's really, really bad. Uh, but a lot of the hotel rooms that are near Lahaina itself are being filled originally by because some of these people were staying with relatives or family members on other parts of the island originally. And the Red Cross started shipping in homeless people from Oahu, where Honolulu is. It makes no sense. And when I pushed them on that, what they told me was, I said, "Is this true?" Because I have a lot of reason to believe this is true. And they said, "The Red Cross doesn't discriminate." That's the line that they give. And so,
Okay.
yes, they're bringing in homeless people from other islands, meaning that the people that are from here have to then go, somewhere else. It's mind boggling.
I have no idea. What can the average person in Michigan, Kentucky, Indiana do to help? Just continue to get all your video, get the information out, just spread what
Yeah,
you're reporting.
the story just has to stay alive because here's what happened. I know you worked in mainstream media for a while, Dave. You know what happens when the media goes away, especially
Yep.
when there's a disaster. The government will just pull out. They'll stop caring. They have no more reason to care.
No.
And I'm hell bent on not letting that happen at this point. It's but so far we're keeping up the fight, and honestly, I think we're just stay tuned for who's coming in this weekend that I can't announce right now. But it's a very very big name that is going to be blowing the lid off of this story even more than I can, bringing a whole team.
Good. I give you props. And once again, as I let you go to your, and I said Twitter, but it's not Twitter, it's X. Go to your X, and it's just your name, Nick Sortor, Sortor. There's a link there for your link tree to help with your independent journalism, because it's not cheap to do what you're doing, but you are doing a service for everybody. And I appreciate you taking the time. And I give you credit for going out there, because you didn't have to do this. You did it. You didn't know what you were getting into, and a lot of people are thanking you back here.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Dave. I appreciate you having me on.
Okay, thank you. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.